Okay, NBMooselover here with another video, another grouse video. This was filmed on the 20th February, Friday night and evening, and 3 grouse come in. The 3 of them are pretty well coming every evening now, and not quite as late as they were. A lot of times they weren't coming until like 5:30, 6 o'clock, or even after 6. And they started to come a little bit earlier. They were here at 3:30 one evening here. I don't know if it was this evening. Trying to get them a little closer and, some better, clearer video here as we go along. A lot of it's been dark and I've had to lighten it up. And I even had some footage that I was going to post that I didn't because it was pretty good the way they had come in, but it was just so I had to lighten it up so much. It was just unnatural. So on this here, I think I lightened this up just a tad. You can tell on the snow is just a bit saturated white there a bit, but it's not as bad as some, and it just helps the colors on the birds, especially when they're in around behind stuff here. And of course, last night I wasn't sitting out to film, and wife and I are watching out the window because we can just watch these out the back. It's on my back lawn, and of course here they came, all 3 of them, and I didn't want to go out and try to film because I thought I might spook them because they were running all over the backyard. They were coming out in front of the eatery and underneath of the bird feeders and on the cable and picking up seeds on the ground, and they were just, and at the very end of it, one went to fly up onto the actual feeder, the long one that I have that has like 3 bird feeders on it, and it looked up like it was just going to, I'm watching at the window and it's going to fly up, and I'm thinking I'm gonna miss this on video, and it turned right around and flew behind it up in a big birch that's right down the side of my lawn, and then all 3 of them ended up in that birch. They all flew up there, and I filmed a little bit of it, but it was just too dark, and it wasn't really that great of footage. But it was just the way it is. Any other night I'm sitting out there for like 2 hours, and the deer were coming in. I had to go a couple times and spook the deer away because I thought they were going to scare the grouse. But anyway, just the way it goes. So this evening I'm going to get there and see if I can gradually, they're starting to come out from under the eatery, and I put seeds out, little piles outside, and they're coming out, and where you can kind of film them a little bit better. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I was hoping here this spring, if I can keep them coming, that you never know, I might one of them, a hen might have a brood of little ones and bring them in. It'd be cool if I could get some video of that. But anyway, here's this grouse here sunning herself. They went at the eatery there for a minute, and then her and the other one's right down below her there. You can see the 3rd one. This guy here, this one's hungry. He's like, I'm gonna eat. No, don't worry about the sun. I'm going to eat. I need the heat inside of me for the night. And the other one's just soaking it up. It's just, it feels so good on the breast. The last little bit of sun before it was going down there. He's facing the sun going down. And they haven't come in the morning yet. I think that I had them come in the morning. Well, yeah, it was earlier when I was filming them when I first started showing up here. It was in the mornings. They would just sit there and sun themselves, and they weren't even eating seed then. They were just coming and picking around. Well, they were eating seed in the woods, and I didn't even have the picnic table, the eatery over there then. But they were just picking around, I think, getting seeds that the squirrels were hiding in the woods, and some that would drop on the ground and blow in the wind off the feeders and stuff. But Yeah, it's been a lot of fun all winter just having them come around here and feed them, because I never thought that you could get grouse to kind of become a little bit domesticated or farmed. I'm farming grouse here. Made them a pasture and they're feeding in it. But it's been fun. It really has. And you know, for somebody that sees grouse out in the wild all the time, you know, they'd be a fairly easy species to domesticate or whatever. We did it with chickens. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to be feeding the birds too much longer. I've got. We're at the end of February here now, and I don't want to get the new birds that are coming and get them kind of addicted. And my feeders are just not designed for cleaning, easy cleaning, so it's just too much. The wood on them will start to just turn black, and that's what happened last year. I fed a little bit there in the spring on them, and then they started turning black, and I was worried about mold. And you know, the black is just nearly impossible to get off. I tried vinegar and stuff just to try and get it off. You'd have to almost paint them, you know, or stain them, you know, to keep them from just the moisture from degrading the wood, and then you got more chance for mold and disease and make the birds sick. And they're just really too hard to clean. There's so many different spots on them. They're not just simple things you can just wash or disinfect. So I only did it this winter because of the cold weather. I figured it wouldn't be so bad, and for you know, just keeping them sanitary. And but anyway, it's been fun, and I'm going to keep feeding the grouse here. I'll feed them just on the ground, and you know, try to, you know, keep it cleaned up, and you know, give them fresh food, you know, every day. And I was going to get them to eat out of cat litter tubs, but I figured it would scare them if they went to jump into the tub or it flipped or something. It would scare them, so I'm going to get them to eat out of dishes. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see how they make out this summer and if they stick around. And like I said, maybe they bring some little babies in for me to, you know, have fun with the camera. But anyway, we'll see. And then got to get out and check my moose cameras. I've got cameras out, trail cameras out all winter in a spot there. I don't know, you know, if I'll get much or not. It's kind of a long shot when you just got cameras on a trail, and it's like I said, in a good moose area, transition area from softwood to hardwood. But you know, the lighting wasn't the greatest there, but you take what you can get, and I gotta move them to some other spots here in the summer and see what I get this summer. So anyway, coming to the end of this video here. Next time I hope I'll have some better footage of these grouse running around my backyard here right out in the open. So maybe like doing some gymnastics, standing on each other's backs or something cute, chasing each other around a circle maybe. But anyway, NBMooselover, later.